Hello and welcome to Inside Modular, the podcast of commercial modular construction, brought to you by the Modular Building Institute. Welcome everyone, my name is John McMullen and I'm the Marketing Director here at MBI. Today I'm talking with Chesney Beck, Vice President of Sales and Engineering at WinTech. Chesney is here to talk about the value and challenges of proper window installation and about WinTech's new Modular Installation Certification program. Chesney, welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on the podcast. I will say Inside Modular has been a great resource, and I've very much enjoyed listening over the last few months, so it's a pleasure to be here.
Oh, well, flattery is a great way to start an episode, so thank you very much. It's not often that I speak with a Vice President of Sales and Engineering. Tell me a little bit about your background, Chesney.
Sure, absolutely. Sales and engineering, it's a bit of a strange marriage or combination, so I actually get that comment from time to time. And I will say that I've been very blessed to really enjoy kind of the balance between the technical side of what I get to do and then the relationship side of the business that's come with the sales piece. Combining the two has been very rewarding for me thus far. But to dig into my background just a little bit, I'm a structural engineer by trade and education. I've worked as a practicing engineer for probably 6+ of the 19 years that I've been out of college and in the workforce. And during those 6+ years, I would say my primary focus has been within the window and fenestration industry. With the remainder of the time, I did have a small handful of years where I designed commercial structures as an engineering consultant. And over the past 13 years or so, my career has really evolved more towards the focus on the business management side. I've had just a great opportunity to lead several engineering, quality, estimating, project management, customer service teams, which has been extremely rewarding. And as you mentioned, my current role is Vice President of Sales and Engineering for WinTech out of Monett, Missouri. And I'm responsible for several aspects of the front end of our business, which would range everywhere from sales and marketing through the estimating customer service piece and into product design and research and development. So that's kind of a little bit of a high-level picture of my background, if you will.
Well, very nice, very nice. For those who aren't familiar with WinTech, what do you guys do?
Yeah, so ultimately, WinTech is a building materials supplier to the construction industry. Now, I get that that's a very general, sweeping statement. We've got several different products that we provide to several different markets. We've got a very strong focus on window products, but we span a lot of different areas. Currently, our organizational structure is broken down into 6 different corporate divisions that kind of serve the various markets that we play in. From a listing standpoint, those divisions include a residential division, which consists primarily of vinyl window products that we provide to a below grade or basement residential market. We have a commercial division where we provide aluminum and vinyl commercially rated windows into commercial markets. Examples of those kind of projects would include multifamily housing, student housing or university type work, assisted living, hospital work, hospitality work, I should say, that kind of stuff. We also have a light commercial division that focuses a lot of products in the pre-engineered metal building and pole barn markets. We have a door and panel division that currently focuses on supplying insulated doors and panels to HVAC market and a few other niche markets in that area. We've got a louvers and grills division. That division really provides a lot of PTAC louvers to the hospitality window world. And then finally, the modular division, which we'll be talking about quite a bit today, where we provide various products to both the relocatable as well as the permanent modular construction sectors. So that's kind of who we are from a product standpoint. From a cultural perspective, we're 100% employee owned as an ESOP, located in Southwest Missouri. So we kind of feel like we have those Midwest values that kind of match the region that we're in. And, as far as a focus on competing, we compete with quality delivery and then services that we offer both before and after the sale. So that's kind of a big picture of what WinTech is all about.
Well, thank you. So So help me understand some of the specifics about windows and window installation, specifically when it comes to modular construction. How does that process differ from traditional installations?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Great question. And I'm going to try not to get too geeky, but I'm going to talk a little bit about Windows here, and sometimes that's a little bit of a danger with me, being an engineer and a window guy. So, speaking at a pretty high level, so I'm just going to talk about Windows for just a brief second.
Right.
When we talk about Windows, very seldom are we actually talking about what I would consider to be just the window product. So, if we're talking Windows, discussing, quality issues, whatever the case may be, it's typically the window system that's being discussed as the true scope. And so to break down what I mean by the window system kind of in this context, it includes not only the window product itself, but also the installation of that window into the surrounding conditions or the supporting structure. So you've got the window piece, which if you just look at the window, it can actually be a fairly complex product. You've got frame and sash materials that could be vinyl or aluminum, steel, wood, fiberglass, a whole bunch of different options. You've got glass that can be different colors and low E coatings, insulated glass versus non-insulated glass, different thicknesses, so on and so forth. You got different ways of holding the glass to the frame, whether it's tape applied or sealed. Different hardware options, different operations, attachment methods, finishes, all of this stuff that can create the window. And then conversely, you have the installation piece, which is also complex. You've got, the flashing and the wrapping that goes into the opening. You've got the sealing of the window, ensuring the window is installed square and plumb, attachment of the window to the structure, all of these things. So between the window, which is fairly complex, and the installation, which is also fairly complex, you have this overall system, the integrity of which completely depends on all of those items being correct and performed correctly. I think we all know, when this is done correctly, you've got a window that looks good, functions well, it doesn't leak air or water. It does what it's supposed to do. You don't even hardly notice it, except for you look at it every day, and it's a beautiful operating thing. Mm-hmm. When done incorrectly, you notice it big time, right? You've got windows that leak. You've got installation leaks. It can develop hot or cold spots. It's ugly. It doesn't operate correctly. All of those things. So all of these things kind of have to work together in order to have this true, window system. WinTech, it's our responsibility to make sure that product meets the customer's requirements. And then you've got the modular factory's responsibility to ensure that the installation meets their customers' requirements. So when I'm talking, as you hear me talk about the window or the window system, that kinds of stuff, I kind of wanted to talk about a little bit of the terminology piece there and what that means. But now to get back to your question of modular versus on-site, so bringing this back to that, on the modular, from the modular perspective, efficiency is a huge emphasis, right? When it comes to the overall construction priority list, efficiency is very high on the list. Modular factories are, they're focused on ensuring that they can properly install the product, whether it be a window or all of the other associated products in that modular unit in a very timely manner, and done correctly and done quickly. So that's one difference, is that they're really, really focused on that efficiency piece. Transportation is another major difference between modular and on-site construction. With on-site construction, the materials are all delivered individually to the job site, and then they're all assembled, put together on-site, in that kind of standard construction method. With modular, all those materials are brought into the modular factory and assembled there at the modular factory, and then transported to the job site as a unit or an assembly. So because of this, let's say you had, potential quality issues or things that were just on the verge of being an issue, that transportation piece can actually, magnify some of those problems if not taken care of properly during the construction phase. And then one last difference is kind of the relatively standardized sizes of windows that we find in modular units, especially on the relocatable modular sector. This really allows us to provide good stocking agreements with our modular customers, which can result in just very quick turnaround and lead times for the factories. So those are some of the differences that we see between the on-site and the modular piece.
Gotcha. And so you touched on this with your response just now with the transportation issue, but have you noticed any challenges when it comes to supplying for modular manufacturers? And as a supplier, how have you been addressing those?
Yeah, so another great question. So admittedly, challenges do arise. They arise both in modular and on-site construction, and frankly, at the high level, a lot of those challenges are fairly similar. In general, both markets require that high quality of product delivered properly, delivered on time. Excellent services. They want help. They need help before and after the sale. So we certainly focus on those items across the board. But one of the largest challenges that we see is simply ensuring that entire window system that I got through talking about probably too much previously, just making sure that entire window system, the product and the installation, work together to ensure that you've got an air and watertight system, especially when these pieces are owned by two completely different teams, one being the manufacturer of the product, which would be us, and then the other being the modular factory in this case. So one of the items that we've done here recently in order to get that product and installation piece to be as seamless of a system as possible, we have developed a modular installation certification program that we're actually going to be offering modular factories and rolling out in the World of Modular, which is occurring next month, as I'm sure you know.
Yep.
So a little bit of a description of this modular installation certification program. The purpose of this certification program is kind of twofold. Number one, it provides the on-site training to the modular factories to ensure they fully understand the installation of our products, how to handle our products. It's a true kind of product training piece for them. And then secondly, it provides the modular factories' downstream customers with a bit of an assurance that, when it comes to the proper installation of the window products, that they have stepped through, a true training and a true audit process for that. So it's kind of twofold from a purpose standpoint. For those that are going to be enrolled in the certification program, WinTech would be providing an annual on-site training. And it's done at the modular factory. That said, if frankly we're a little bit open to, if they would like to come into our facility, that training could take place here as well. But it's true on-site, hands-on training with factory-specific engineers and technical folks. Training topics would include things like best practices for wrapping the window opening, waterproofing, window product and handling training, window installation training, sealing, troubleshooting, all things windows, if you will. We would also be providing essentially a consulting service to the modular factory for anybody enrolled in this program. Ultimately, that consulting service is all about making sure that they have a true line to us for discussing special installation issues, custom installations, general questions that they may have. We want to be sure that we provide a technical service to them to say, if you've got anything you want to talk about, please give us a call. And then we provide essentially a letter of certification to the modular factory that they can then supply or place in their submittal packages to their downstream customers, as well as use in any marketing efforts that they may have. And then the final kind of piece of the puzzle there from a requirement standpoint is an annual on-site audit. So we want to be sure and make sure that we are taking a look at the ways, the methods that the windows are being installed to simply ensure that the window installation is completed per the installation instructions and best practices. And this on-site audit, frankly, it's another great point of contact between the modular factory and WinTech, where any questions they have can be answered, solutions can be explored. It's just another opportunity for communication between the two. From an eligibility standpoint, all modular factories are eligible to request the certification. And then, from a cost standpoint, we are currently offering this at no cost to the modular factory. It's just a service or piece that we feel would be a great improvement for the overall system.
Nice. So let's pretend that I'm a manufacturer or factory owner. What's the biggest benefit of getting my factory certified?
Sure. I see two or three benefits here. The first being actually them having access to or us providing them with that knowledge and information just direct from the manufacturer. When it comes to the products that they're holding in their hands, that they're installing into their modular units, if they want to know anything about that product, getting that information direct from the manufacturer is key. So it really provides that knowledge and information to them directly from us, as well as that hands-on training to just step through anything that their installers may have questions on. I find that kind of face-to-face discussion and hands-on training to be very important. Secondly, it provides them with that certification that can be included, again, in their submittal packages. This can assure GCs, building owners, downstream customers that additional training, additional measures have taken place concerning the window system, not just not just them buying a window and slapping it into a unit. That we've actually stepped through a process of training and auditing to make sure that overall system is good. And then finally, probably what I consider at least to be the most important, this certification it's a form of continuous improvement. It allows the modular factories to continue to provide an excellent product to their customers, which at the end of the day is what this is all about. It's making sure that as a total supply chain, we are providing each of our customers with excellent products so that the end user is completely satisfied. So from our perspective, this program it's a step that we feel we can take and a service we can provide to help improve the piece of the modular construction process that we, from a window manufacturer standpoint, are involved with. And so those are some of the benefits that I see with the modular factories.
Gotcha. And so this program is brand new, as you said. It hasn't even been officially rolled out yet. You're going to introduce it at World of Modular starting March 8th. But how do you see this program evolving over time? What are your hopes for it?
Yeah, so from a program standpoint, a little difficult to tell exactly how it's going to evolve, but I can tell you what I hope happens. What I'm hoping takes place is that growth of communication between us and the modular factories. We'd really like to see this program act as a stepping stone for discussions concerning, the best way to approach installation, the best way to approach, even window design. That continuous improvement piece goes both ways, right? We're trying to help, the modular teams, improve the installation piece, answer any questions that they may have. But we as a window manufacturer also have opportunities for improvement. And we see this program as being that two-way street of opening the doors for us to be able to listen and hear from the modular factories. Here's what you could improve on that would really help us, and we want to see that happening. So we see this as just that true continuous improvement step. That enhanced communication could even get further up or downstream to dealers and GCs, architects, owners, whoever we may actually get involved. So, everyone in the supply chain has opportunities to improve, whether it's the products, the processes, to make that project more successful. So my hope, my desire is that this program will be kind of one of those overall improvements to the system.
Tell me more about how this certification program came to be. Were you looking at trends or data or just focusing on your own experiences?
Yeah, so this is a good question in that there's a lot of our own experiences that went into this. Several factors that we see within our walls really help drive towards the need of a certification program. First, there is significant time and money spent, whether it's by the modular factories, by ourselves and others, concerning troubleshooting of window system issues. Anytime there's an issue in the field, there's a lot amount of time and effort trying to figure out, what truly happened, where's the issue, how can we get it fixed, all of those things. So anytime that we can prevent those field issues from occurring, further back in the system, and reducing those field issues, we are reducing a significant amount of waste in the system. So I would say that, at the end of the day, no matter what the true situation is, the amount of effort, time, money, materials, all of that to get there is substantial. So we want to be sure, and anything we can do to prevent that and put a preventative measure in place, the better we are. So first of all would be that reduction of waste. Secondly, we've had a lot of internal requests from our various modular partners and customers to provide product and or installation training. We get that request on a real regular basis. So we've kind of felt that offering an annual training program built into this certification would be very beneficial, simply from the amount of requests that we get on a regular basis. And as I mentioned earlier, ultimately we feel this that form of continuous improvement throughout the supply chain. It's obvious to us with all the different modular factories that we currently deal with that everybody absolutely wants to provide an excellent product to their customer. Everybody does, and this is simply our way of trying to help completely nail down the window piece of the overall puzzle. So yeah, that's from a why it came to be. Those were the things that really played heavily into our decision to roll this out.
So switching gears here for a second, and we touched on this before a couple of times. I know that WinTech is exhibiting at this year's World of Modular. The format's a little different this year with everything being online, but besides this big rollout that you have planned, what should attendees look forward to when they visit your booth?
Yeah, sure. Thankfully, the World of Modular team has provided some really great and key tools to assist in making the online event as close to an in-person event as possible. So, at least from WinTech's perspective, we're very thankful for that. We see this as being a great opportunity to have a good, virtual event and have it be smooth. So some great tools there. We plan on uploading several videos ranging from introduction videos, say with key WinTech team members, to product-related videos, installation-related videos, all the different products that work well in that modular world and application. We're going to have a lot of videos at our virtual booth. And then visitors to our virtual booth can also expect access to downloadable documents such as product brochures and installation instructions, details concerning this certification program that we've been discussing, several other items that are going to be there. So frankly, it'll be, very similar to, if this was a in-person event, all the stuff that you would expect to have at the trade show, we plan on having at our virtual booth. Adam Burstraight, which is our modular divisional manager, and I are also delivering a breakout session presentation that discusses, general window issues, as well as the certification program. So we are going to have that breakout session as well. And just in general, we're absolutely looking forward to the upcoming show. We're very excited about it.
Excellent. Excellent. And for those who are unable to attend the conference, hopefully those are very few and far between people. But for those who aren't attending, is there a way for them to get in touch with you about the certification program?
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple of different ways. The first way would be to go to our website. So our website is www.wintechinc.com. And at the website, if you go to the Contact Us piece, there is a modular section there where you can email directly to us any questions that you have. And frankly, that's probably the best way to get in touch with us, as far as we check that website piece very often. But yeah, if you go to our website, hit on the modular piece, you can send us an email requesting anything. All of our contact information is on there as well, whether it be the divisional manager and phone numbers and emails. So anything that you need, www.wintechinc.com will get you there pretty quickly.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Chesney. I really appreciate you coming on. It sounds like this certification program has a lot of potential. I just wanted to wish you luck.
Hey, thank you so much again, John. Appreciate you having us. It's been a pleasure.
My name is John McMullen, and this has been another episode of Inside Modular, the podcast of commercial modular construction. Until next time.